All right. So today we're talking full spoilers about the 2021 Warner Brothers Mortal Kombat movie. We watched it on HBO Max together on Friday. That was release date, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah. So yeah, Jordan, you had what was the list that we wanted to go through?
Just initial thoughts. What did you think? I I have a lot to say about this movie, bro.
Okay, so right off the bat, it is 100% very flawed, but I don't think that's a bad thing. And in fact, I appreciate it that much more because it is so cheesy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. But because you're the newbie here. You're not really a Mortal Kombat guy like
Oh,
me.
that's
But
another thing that we forgot to mention at the beginning. I am a Mortal Kombat noob. Jordan's been following. Jordan is a champ. He's been following Mortal Kombat for God knows how many years,
since I was
since
born,
before
bro.
he was old enough to actually want to
Yeah,
actually be able
dude.
to play these games.
Yes, sir. 1999. I was 4 years old,
Yeah, right. Imagine that, dude. Like
dude. I don't know how I
ripping
got away
people's
with it.
spines out before you can even write your own name.
Yeah, so Mortal Kombat's pretty dear to my heart. So I was not a big fan of the movie myself, but we'll get into more of that. So yeah, like you said, you enjoyed the movie. So if you want to just jump
I
right
thought it was.
into, yeah, we can
I
jump right
think
into it.
it's fantastic in the way that it isn't shy about what it wants to be. Um, it you were sitting next to me the whole time. I was saying like really dumb things about it all.
I know you were having a blast. You were having fun. I think that's the thing too. I think a lot of this movie is like if you're a newbie, I feel like, and if you don't know the lore and if you're not connected to it, like you were having fun watching it, like making your jokes, like it was a good time. But like someone like me, and I was really like, you know how excited I was for this movie, bro.
And that's another thing that I also that stuck out to me is that if I hadn't had you there to tell me, oh, that's so and so, then I definitely would have taken like I definitely would have thought that Prince Goro was forearms from Ben 10.
Right, right, yeah. The CGI, yeah. So, I mean, we want to say a couple of things
CGI was
that,
awful.
yeah, it was bad, bro. Especially like coming off of like Godzilla and King Kong, where the CGI
Yeah.
was amazing, and just for this movie to be like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like the fight scenes were really good in my opinion. Like they were well done for the most part. Like score, like anything with Sub Zero was really good. But like
Um,
this,
one, one thing about that that just again because I'm not familiar with these characters, I'm just here looking at thinking that this is
right?
just going to be a campy fighting movie. In the very beginning, he's threatening Scorpion's family, and the ice starts
Yeah.
to form on his hand, and so and it almost looks like it's painful for him. So that really had me thinking, like for a second, I actually questioned, like, oh, is the little kid Sub Zero's family, and Scorpion is the one that's hurting them because it just looks like he's in pain when he's forming the ice. So like, does the ice hurt him? Is this like known that you know what I mean? You know how there's like, does
Yeah,
that make
really.
sense?
Yeah, no, no. I feel you. It really like just throws you into the deep end, bro. It really sets the tone for like what the movie's gonna be like
Yeah,
that.
it
That just
definitely
that
does
opening
not
act.
hold your hand.
Nah.
It simultaneously it doesn't hold your hand for when they're talking about or when you're experiencing the lore, but when it comes time to talk about the plot, the exposition is so heavy and the lines, dude,
Are
like
so cheesy.
it like you can still tell that the person saying the lines it just feels like they're a robot like
Yeah, it
you know
definitely
like
didn't feel natural.
Jax would say, "Oh man, I could go for a McChicken," and what's the new guy's name, Cole, immediately, like without even having like that very natural like pause between people speaking, he'd be like, "Oh, what would you like on it?" You know what I mean?
Right, right.
It- yeah.
Yeah, the acting. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. Is the acting was it was so and so. I feel like all right, I'm gonna like really suck off Sub Zero, but I thought he was amazing. Like he was probably the highlight of the movie. But like everyone else, it was like Cole is kind of like that typical protagonist, just kind of like clueless, which is fine. Like that's how he's written to be. And I didn't really have a problem with Cole up until the whole. I guess I'm skipping ahead. The whole Arcana thing with his powers.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, bro, if you're just gonna ruin this character, I just wasn't a fan of all that. But yeah, the acting, like, oh my god, Kano. You know how I was talking mad crap about Kano the whole time,
Yeah.
and I wasn't a fan of Kano. and so the acting was like for that for him to act the way he did good. I just wasn't a fan of how they wrote it. You know what I'm saying? And then
So
like,
what's funny about that? I'm just gonna interrupt you real quick. One of my buddies is actually Australian,
oh yeah,
and he was praising the crap out of what's his name,
oh Kano,
Kano.
yeah,
He was like, yeah, he was a dick, but that's how we talk down here.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
It's just that
so
the
like he said,
rampant f
like,
bombs.
yeah, you're right. I mean, you even commented on that. You were like, just because you have an R rating doesn't mean you can abuse it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're just
um,
abusing the fact that you can say the like fuck.
yeah, I get that too. Kind of at some points, it was like, is everything okay at home, Kano? Like,
I know, right? Just checking up on you, bro. You
um,
good? Nah,
yeah,
nah, he just wanted his egg roll. That's all it was.
he wanted. Oh yeah. Oh my. That scene was actually like hilarious, and I loved Kung Lao the entire time. I thought that he was Kung Lao. What was the other guy's name?
Liu Kang.
The other monk, Liu
Who?
Kang. So I like Liu Kang, but I do think that they made him look like a little punk. He looked like a 17-year-old little dude just following Kung Lao's footsteps. When in reality, Liu Kang is supposed to be like the hero,
The
right?
champion of Mortal Kombat, bro.
Yeah, and so they just kind of like turned him into like
He was a chump.
Kung Lao's like shadow. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly. He was a chump.
Yeah, yeah. Like so, I definitely. If you had told me after I watched the movie, oh, by the way, like, Liu Kang is the one that won the tournament in the first game, I'd say, what? That little
Yeah,
boy? Like, are you
yeah.
sure? I just want to circle back before I forget to your comment about Cole about how they kind of like did, he is just kind of like annoying to have there. Like, um, and I just want to get this out there. I do understand why they wrote him in as being like the normal character, like the
Yeah,
normal
I
guy
do
that we
like
can all
that.
relate to.
Yeah, I do like
Like
that.
he wasn't a cop. He wasn't like, because you had Jax and Sonya Blade being were they like FBI agents
They
or
were like
something?
special.
Did they
That's
didn't say
special forces. That's what they are.
special forces? Okay, so
Yeah,
they were soldiers, but then and one thing I do appreciate is that as far as Cole's family life went, and like any other movie that is like this bad would have just they would have just had him tell the camera, "I love my family so much," but they actually took the time to show them interacting, and we got to see his relationship with his daughter. Like his daughter is like, I'm not gonna say that I thought that she was like a great character, but I feel like at least I kind of understand what kind of dynamic they have going because as far as his family life went, we got to see it instead of being told it.
yeah,
But it was such an obvious, like obviously this is not the first movie to have a character that's new to the world, just like us, and so that
right.
we can get like the exposition dumps
Yeah,
through them.
which I liked. Yeah,
Yeah, but it was not done well, and I think the fact that at the end, Scorpion straight up just could not even like handle Sub Zero
oh my
without
god,
this
yes,
dude.
bro. Yes,
Like
bro.
we're talking like Sub Zero's like this ancient warrior. How long has he been alive? Like, and that's another thing. They didn't even tell us that there was a time jump. I
Yeah,
thought
they were
some of these
like
people were gonna be immortal. To be completely honest with you, like I asked you, I was like, oh, so is he immortal? And you were like, what? No, shut up. And I was like, oh, so but the fact that
Bro, it's
Sub
Mortal
Zero, no,
Kombat. They're basically all immortal. Like they're all gonna come back.
and that's what I expected. But I also expected the movie to tell me it holds your hand in all these other aspects. It holds your hand when it comes to like that stupid scar, but it doesn't tell me that there's a time jump. I
Yeah,
thought that I don't know what this world is like. You guys have to tell me what
yeah.
this or show me what this world is like.
Cause they were like, "Oh, I killed Hanzo like 400 years ago," and I'm like, "Damn, I didn't know you were gonna live that long, b." You know what I'm saying?
And they didn't even tell us why. Like, did he get a gift from the dude that he was working for? What was his name? The one with
Oh,
black
Shang
eyes.
Tsung.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is he the one that grants him immortality? Like, did
I
he?
don't know.
I
It's
know
not.
that there's elder gods, and they kind of talk about like they just in passing drop the word elder god. So
Oh yeah, I feel you.
is
You
there
don't.
some?
They're just useless. They basically tell you they're useless. But oh,
Yeah,
until it's convenient to the plot. Cause what if Raiden's like, yeah, I can't interfere. But if you want me to teleport everybody to different places, I can do that. Like what? Like you just said you couldn't interfere, bro. Like,
man.
can you interfere or
Yes,
not?
number one, yes, that. Number two, he interferes multiple times.
Multiple times.
He's the reason that they're looking for other people. Like
Yeah.
he's the reason that Kung Lao and Liu Kang are looking for others or training. And he put up the force field. He teleports everyone, and then at the end, even Cole was like, "I thought you couldn't interfere." and this dude just smiles at him. So it's like, which is it?
Yeah, he's just troll, bro. They wrote him in as kind of like a big troll because he was like really messing with everybody the whole time. Yeah, but you know what I want to touch on? The what did you think of the like since you're a newbie? What did you think of the dragon tattoo thingy? Like you were born with this mark and you're like the chosen one to defend Earth.
I think that if you're gonna have something like
It's
that,
like
there
yeah, it's
needs
like
to be more.
it's an obvious movie mechanic,
Yes, but there and it's not a bad thing. There just needs to be more rules regarding that, if that makes
right?
sense.
Because they were like, if you
Like
kill someone with it, then you get it.
you get it. But then when someone else died, like all the people, like you know how they were having the fight at the compound when everybody from what's the other world called?
Oh, Outworld.
Yeah, so when everybody went from Outworld was being just like slaughtered, everybody from Earth wasn't getting like a double insignia or something like that. So you're telling me it only
Right.
happens if you
Maybe it's
kill
like the
someone
Earth
from your
realm.
own world?
Yeah, it's like the Earth realm warriors. Cause do the Outworld get like a dragon? Like, did they born with that
It-
shit?
it-
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and doesn't somebody there was someone that died that and I remember I told you and I was like, oh, so does that mean that the other person gets their dragon mark now? Because they don't even mention that. I think it was when Jax supposedly died, but he wasn't actually dead. I could be wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my
Wait,
God, Jax. Oh my God, this dude. You remember this, right, bro? When he got his arms like cut off, and then Sub Zero was like, "All right,
yeah,
peace," like throws him out the thing, bro. He
yeah.
smashed his head over a beam, and still fell like 3 stories down. And somehow they just
And,
bring him like back to the monk temple, and they're like, "Yeah, he's perfectly fine. Like his face isn't smashed in or anything from falling 3 stories."
and I said that. Remember, I was like, like, hey, there's no concussion. Oh, like
Yeah,
the only
you were
thing
like,
that he
"What's
has
the point of him? What's the point of bringing him back? Like this dude's dead." How
he
did?
was, which is fine, like cool, but again, give us some rules to the world to try to like piece together what happens.
Yeah,
If that makes sense, and when I say rules, I mean things like
like show you
an
how it's done.
example. Yeah, an example like using Avatar for example. Uh, there was a point where Aang got to like Aang was like on the brink of death. Like no spoilers because I'm not saying when it happened, but and they managed to bring him back. But it was one of those things where it's like this is a one-time thing, and there are consequences
Oh yeah,
because of it.
they show you like how it works like episodes before, then they do it and they're like, yeah, this is not gonna happen again. I,
And there's like he couldn't like he couldn't connect to his past lives and things like that because he severed a connection
yeah, yeah,
and there
yeah,
was
yeah.
consequences to being brought back. It happens in Hunter x Hunter. No spoilers for Hunter x Hunter, but something huge happens and someone's on the brink,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they are more dead than not dead. They come back, but there are consequences.
Side note, both those shows are amazing. If you haven't checked them out, you should check them out.
Honestly,
Yes,
like Avatar looks like it's a kid's cartoon, but it's probably one of the most mature cartoons
it's so good.
out there.
Yeah,
And same with Hunter x Hunter, man. Hunter x Hunter will like you'll laugh, you'll cry,
I love Hunter x Hunter.
but
For another
that's for a
video.
different
For
episode.
another
Yeah,
video. Yeah. So yeah, so Shang Tsung. You know what's funny? It's called Mortal Kombat, and the whole movie, they're like, yeah, we need to kill all these people before the tournament. So there's not actually a tournament taking place. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna like kill all you weaklings. Mind you, they're weaklings. They're like struggling to kill these weaklings. And Shang Tsung's like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be doing this, and Raiden just saw me doing it, and if he felt like it, he could just go to the elder gods and tell them that I'm doing this, but he doesn't. So I'm just gonna try and kill all of you. Like what?
and they even mentioned they even mentioned at one point it was like, well, we didn't win 9 tournaments in a row
By
playing by the
yeah, playing
rules.
by the rules. It's like, oh, okay, so someone should really tell somebody about this.
So the rules
Like,
are put in place for so again, this just goes right back to this movie had no rules
yeah.
for its stakes. There was no rules for its magic, and I know you hated the magic system. How
Oh,
you're just supposed to like
are you talking about like Sub
what's
Zero,
it called?
like raising the ice everywhere and just like, yeah, I'm just gonna raise all this and just not do
No, no,
anything
no.
with
I
it.
meant like the what did they call it when they get
Oh,
to
the
the temple and they're
Arcana.
like you
Oh
have
my God,
the
the Arcana
Arcana.
is the dumbest fucking shit ever, man. Oh my God,
Oh man,
just let them be awesome without a. Oh yeah, you need to access your powers. You need this dragon tattoo. What? Like, oh my God, yeah, I was not a
and
fan of that.
it doesn't it just make it make sense, you
Yeah,
know.
it
And
was. Yeah,
and so many questions arise from that because
yeah, I felt like that was just for like the general public. It was to make it make sense But like I said, for me as a fan, it's just kind of like why I don't like it at all.
It just brings up more questions. Like um, Cole struggled throughout most of the
Bro,
movie
he
to
got his
unlock his
ass beat
Arcana.
the whole time, bro.
He went through it, and then but then Sonya kills someone that has their Arcana unlocked, and she kills him pretty easily. Like he could have died like 30 minutes into the movie instead of like at the very end. And not only that, but when he finally does die and she inherits his mark, all of a sudden she has her
Didn't even need no
Arcana. So
training, nothing, yeah.
so does that mean that if you kill someone that has their Arcana unlocked, do you get your own Arcana? Does their Arcana influence your? Maybe I'm thinking too much into this,
Yeah, because
but
they say in
when
the radio one's like, if you don't have the Arcana, you can't unlock like your strength, so you're just a liability. Remember they said to Sonya because she didn't have
yeah,
one.
yeah, because she didn't have a tattoo.
Yeah,
But my issue is it's like you're throwing all these words, but they don't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. They don't even mean anything for your own movie.
yeah. I
But that's the bad of it, you know. That's the I still think that the movie
Yeah, we're
set
talking.
out to accomplish
Yeah, we're
something and
still
it
talking a
did.
lot of them. Let me think of some positives. I did say the Sub Zero and Scorpion stuff was cool, which is literally what they highlighted in most of the trailers. So for it to
Yeah,
just be in the beginning and end of the movie, like got you,
yeah. I
got you
don't,
to.
dude. For a second, and you even heard me say it. I like multiple times. I was like, if Cole is the one that's
I
gonna
know.
kill Sub
Yeah,
Zero, I'm gonna
yeah.
lose it. Um, but what I did enjoy was the choreography. Like as far as the fight scenes go, they are like, like I feel like
The
if there
fight
was a
scenes and
worse
fatalities
movie,
were good.
oh man,
They were pretty
Kung Lao's
gruesome.
fatality, dude.
Yeah, yeah. That shit was
Oh my God,
gruesome.
when he, what's her name, Melina?
The girl. Oh,
Yeah, she the one that gets cut in half.
it was Natara. She was
Natara.
just yeah. Remember I said I was like these characters are just I'm surprised that they're here because they're not really fan favorites. So I didn't want to tell you. I'm like yeah, they're probably gonna die.
I figured. I figured.
Yeah, I was like
Um,
yeah. Oh, like Raiko. Oh my god, he was the worst. Like yeah, let's cast this guy who's just gonna scream and yell with this big ass hammer.
he was such a
Did he have lines?
typical.
Did he have? Do you remember him having lines?
He probably like shit talked um
Jax.
Jax towards the end, but like again, I'm now at this point I'm trying to think of positives, like because we because I did like the movie. I
Yeah.
think it came out, it wore it hard on its sleeve. It was like, hey, this is a this is a video game movie. So if you want some character development, go watch some foreign cinema. That go watch a Russian movie about someone sweeping a kitchen for 9 hours, and that's your character. Because those, that's what cinephiles actually do.
Yeah. Can I run by some characters I'm so mad that died off?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, all right, ready? Reptile. Why did they have to kill him so like that? Bro, I had a whole problem with that scene, bro. This man can turn invisible, and they also showed acid dripping from his mouth that melted the beam that he was standing on. Yet his goal is to just push them around like he's the Flash. Kill them! Kill them, bro! Why are you doing that?
Yeah. No, no, and one thing that kind of confused me is from the little bit of Mortal Kombat that I do know is I honestly thought that Reptile was more like a man lizard, not like a lizard
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
If that
So
makes
so what happens is from like Mortal Kombat 1 to like the present, he grows more into the reptile that from his species. Like he starts off as kind of like a ninja undercover, and as the games go on, he becomes more reptilian. But in this
this was
movie,
supposed to be Mortal Kombat 1, so it's like where is the
bro, I
timeline at?
know, bro, I know. I wish they I don't mind them taking chances and kind of changing the story a little bit. But like I said, and I keep repeating, as a Mortal Kombat fan, it would have been nice to see some of their original story like put into place. Like so, okay, so that's Reptile, right?
Yeah.
Melina, I had a problem with her not wearing her mask. Like I'm just like
Dude,
Melina,
if she had worn her mask and then ripped it off to show her
yes,
like
bro,
the giant ass teeth.
because that's the thing. She's supposed to be like Clone of Katana. She's supposed to be like the seductive person. Then she's just a monster, right? When she rips the mask off, but then she didn't have it on. I'm like, I know I'm nitpicking, but I would prefer that she had the mask on at least at first, you know.
Wasn't Katana's mom supposed to be in this too? What's her name?
Oh, Sindel.
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw
She
an ad that had Zendel on it, so I was like, "Oh, cool! This movie should be big in scope."
That's yeah.
But
I don't remember. I didn't see anything like that. But she usually comes around like Mortal Kombat 3.
okay,
So yeah, it's kind
weird.
of like that. Who else? Kano. I didn't like coming back to the whole Arcana thing. I didn't like that he didn't have the eye patch, the eye like machinery. Remember I told you I'm like he usually has like an eye thing that produces the laser, but this one is like, oh yeah,
which
this
would
is
be so
power.
cool.
Yeah, so I was.
But that's what I thought was gonna happen when uh Reptile scratched his face. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, this is a
exactly.
great transition.
Yes, bro. But I was like, that's like too. That's like I know it's a scars, but like it doesn't seem enough to put a metal plate over your face and then have a laser come out of it. Um, and then let me think. Shang Tsung was cool. Natara and Raiko were, I told you they were meant to die. Jax was pretty true to his character. Sonya was too. Kung Lao. I told you, bro. I was like, it's not rare for him to die like in the games. Like he's probably died like 3 times. So the fact that they did it was kind of crazy. Although, cause like he was one of my characters that I did like watching. Like, cause he is kind of
Yeah,
like that. He's kind of like that. He's kind of like an asshole, but he's like very strong because he comes from a great descendant of like the great Kulao and stuff. So he has a lot of responsibility. So it kind of sucked
and
that
he
he
was so
died.
cool.
Yeah, it kind of sucked
And
that he
he was
died.
so cool.
Yeah,
So yeah, it sucked, but also I like that the good guys at least took
yeah,
one loss.
yeah. Because there's a lot of time it's kind of like, oh yeah, the good guys are always gonna come out unscratched. So it
His death even like impacted
Liu
Liu
Kang,
Kang, and
yeah.
Liu Kang was like, oh, my friend, my best friend, and
Are they best
but I
friends?
wish,
They just seem like really
but
cool
yeah,
training
I mean,
partners.
oh no, he called him cousin, didn't he?
Oh yeah. I can't remember if they're actually cousins in the game. Like if they did it like that.
I mean, at least he called him cousin. So there's a pre-established connection, and they get along.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
along right off the bat, so you can tell. So like right off the bat, I could tell. Oh, these guys are friends, and I like that, and I like the energy that they have together.
Yeah. And
And
they
they feed off of each other when they're pushing Kano. So I was like, ooh, this is great. This is like
it's
me if
like
me and you were
yeah, I
monks
mean
and some Australian dude was being a douche to us, you know?
yeah, that's fast. That's fast. That's definitely how we are. That's like us and us with Squid and like Brian and all them.
Yeah.
um
For anyone that isn't Squid, Squid's one of our friends that he says things and we're purposefully kind of we push his buttons just to
yeah.
see how much we can
He'd
push
be
him.
like, "Hey, good
But
morning." It's
it's
like, "Hey, asshole, it's 11:59. Say good afternoon." No, but we love Squid. Shout out to Squid.
we shout out to Squid.
Everyone listening is gonna be
Ass with
like, "Did they
Squid on
talk?
Twitch.
Did they talk to a squid? What are they talking about squid?"
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we'll
We
have a
don't
name
know
reveal like 2 years from
why.
now.
Maybe he'll even have a face reveal. Nobody's ever seen his face before.
True. And then one Liu Kang. Yeah, I think we talked about Liu Kang already. He was kind of, you know, kind of. All right. What I really want to talk about, and you might not feel this like I do, but I hate that Goro died to Cole. I hate it so much, bro.
Who do you think should have killed him then? Liu
Bro,
Kang?
anybody else? Liu Kang should have killed him, in my opinion. 'Cause
Doesn't Liu Kang kill him in the first game?
that's usually how it happens, bro. He's the champion of Mortal. But the thing is, Goro is the reason why they win 9 times in a row. Like he's the champion of Mortal Kombat for 9 years. So for him to be like, for Shang Tsung to be like, all right, you go kill Cole's family. He's the weakest one, and you're the strongest ones that we have. So you know, you go kill him. And then he loses to Cole. Why? Like, why did he have to lose to Cole? He's Goro. He's Goro. Cole lost.
He's forearms from Ben 10.
Cole was losing to
Where is your Omnitrix?
dude. Cole was losing to dudes like at the very beginning of the movie who weren't these supernatural fighters. But you're gonna tell me that because oh yeah, I have this fancy Black Panther armor that absorbs energy and I can blast it out afterwards.
He
Like,
looks like Wonder Woman, bro.
and that's what I said. He looked like Wonder Woman. That shit had me dying. I didn't like that, bro. I didn't like that they killed Goro off for like. I mean, he's supposed to die, but I didn't like that it was Cole who did it. It's the same thing that like Sub-Zero dying to Cole and Scorpion. It was like keep it a 1v1, man. Like
100%, 100%. I didn't get I didn't hate Goro dying like that, but obviously, like you said, you have a different connection with the lore. But I like everybody that is into video games and like pop culture, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I've played one Mortal Kombat game. It was, but I know, you know what I mean. That's like an age-long rivalry. You know, it's
yeah.
like Ash and Gary. You know, that's a completely different top, whatever. Yeah, no, I definitely. All right,
It's,
I'm losing track of the topic.
no,
Bring me back
it's
home.
all good. It's all good. If you have anything else, because we can go to it was just hype worthy. But if you have anything else
Um,
to say, you know, because we've been kind
oh,
of shit talk.
yeah, some nice things, some great things, some things that I genuinely did enjoy. And I genuinely enjoy how much it leaned into its campiness. It was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
shy about being
It
campy. It
stayed
was
true to
like,
his
hey,
colors.
exactly. It was like, hey, this is what this movie is. It's what you're getting. It was straight off the bat. Okay, first of all, I really love the intro scene. Like,
Yeah,
it
intro
was
scene is good.
pretty freaking intense.
Hmm.
Seeing like Scorpion versus Sub Zero, number one. Number two, I really dug. Um, it was so cheesy, and in the moment I hated it, but like in retrospect, I'm like that's hilarious. That's how the character said the things from the game.
Oh, the
Like,
catchphrase. Yeah, yeah. Every time they said
you,
something like fatality or get over his
dude,
help.
Kung Lao puts his hat back on, does a little thing where he like
Buff.
touches the edge,
Yeah.
and he goes flawless victory. In the
Yeah.
moment, I went, but looking back at it, I'm like, yes, like this,
Yeah.
like revel in that campiness, that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, what else? Like I liked how we got to see and understand Cole's family. That was great.
Yeah.
I wish we had gotten more time understanding Sonia's background and friendship with Jax. We just kind of were told, hey,
Yeah,
they've been
they
friends for a long time,
yeah,
and
they
that's
kind of like
it.
threw like pictures and shit. Like it was kind of shoehorned in. But I feel you. I'm excited for future. I'm excited for future installments because they set up the world now. So now you kind of just kind of build up the story.
Me too. And there is like I'm not gonna say a great way, but it's possible for them to make an arc that's a tournament because it's been done before. Anime does it all the time,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and there's ways to keep it interesting. There's ways to keep stakes, and we already know that Outworld is out here like they don't care if they break rules or not, so they have a way to keep it interesting.
Exactly. Exactly.
And in the future, if we see the good guys breaking the rules, all of a sudden it's like, okay, cool. I like where this is going because it's only fair for them to break the rules too. Um, but overall, I don't think it's worth the hype if you're expecting
Oh,
something.
we're doing the hype. We're doing the hype. All right, go go go.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's worth the hype if you're expecting something like great character development with an amazing plot and characters that will like tear your heart apart.
Like an
It's not
Oscar-worthy
that.
movie.
Exact. It's not that.
No.
But if you want something that is you can watch on a Friday night with your friends and kind of laugh about, but also see someone being cut in half with a hat, it's worth the hype. It's a great um martial arts movie. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's
That's
definitely
a
like a good
yeah.
drinking game, like something to watch with you. I had fun watching with you. I think it was like a fun movie to watch like with your friends and like I was like watching with Elisa and Jay.
Yeah,
Um, it does drag a little bit in the middle. I think you could agree to that. Kind of drags a little bit during like the training montage.
I agree.
Yeah, but in my opinion, versus the hype, it if you're a diehard Mortal Kombat fan, you might have some issues with the things that I said, but I would still say it's worth checking out just to see like the characters that you grew up playing, on the live screen. Like they didn't do it. You can't go as bad as Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but it was fun. It had its moments. I mean, we laughed. Like there was some good parts to it, so I'm not gonna shit talk it the whole time. There was some they put some good jokes. The fight scenes are good. Sub Zero is amazing. So if you're a Sub Zero fan, it's worth the hype. You
I
might,
personally have been made a Kung Lao fanboy because
yeah.
flawless victory, like
you gonna go,
cool,
you gonna go
dude.
pick him up?
uh, that's my boy now. He's popping out of the ground straight into his hat. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, he's awesome. All right, well, yeah.
All right.
What do we do? So hype out of 1 to 10. What would you give it?
Like I told you, I certified fresh.
True.
It's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Because it set out to accomplish something, and it did. It set out to give us a fun, campy martial arts movie, and that's what we got. So
Right.
that's just my opinion.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
But
6 out of 10 for
it's
me.
still worth watching. 6 out of 10 doesn't mean
No, it's not.
horrible.
It's not horrible, but it's alright. It's not great.
All right,
That's me.
cool,
This is fun.
cool.
I like doing
It was
this.
fun.
All right.
Cool.
Well, if you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment what you think of the movie. Tell us how we're wrong. Tell me how Adonis is right. Our next video
Tell me to
should
kill
be.
myself in the comments. All all
uh,
publicity is good publicity.
True. All right. Demon Slayer is our next movie, so look forward to that. And you guys have a great day. See you next time. Peace.
Bye, guys.